First up is Grave of the Fireflies. This is another Studio Ghibli movie, though this one wasn't bought by Disney for American distribution, interestingly enough. But it was as like a double feature with My Neighbor Totoro when it was first released. So it was like good, happy, fun times, My Neighbor Totoro first, and then really super sad movie second. Maybe it should have been the other way around, but yeah, it's really good. I kind of went into this, it came out in 1988. I went into this knowing that this movie makes people incredibly sad. It's one of those movies that a lot of people are like, oh, it's so good, but I'm never going to watch it again. And just like makes people rather depressed. So I was like, okay, emotionally preparing myself for it. And it is definitely a sad movie. The premise is basically it takes place during World War II when the US was firebombing the hell out of Japan. And so it follows these two kids as they deal with the firebombs coming after them. So yeah, this is definitely a sad movie. It didn't emotionally destroy me as much as it did everyone else, or a lot of people. I'd really call this is definitely like an important movie. We definitely need. I feel like there should be a new genre of movie called "Awful Shit America Did," because we really didn't need to bomb the hell out of the civilians in Japan during World War II. And there's lots of other bad stuff that we've done throughout our history and are currently still doing, and we need to shine more lights on that kind of stuff. And so, like having more movies about that would be great. But yeah, it was really good. It definitely felt very 80s, especially the music kind of brought me back in time to when there's more like synth stuff. Yeah, it's definitely not a kid's movie, and it's just really good. Really, really, really. I was going to say fun times, but it wasn't a fun time. It was sad, but important. Now on to Brawl in Cell Block 99. Yes, this is a 2017 movie starring Vince Vaughn. And man, this movie is something else. It's really good. It's basically, it's a slow burn movie where just like you follow Vince Vaughn and it's all leading towards a brawl in Cell Block 99. And you're just like, well, what exactly does it mean? Like, yeah, brawl means fight, but what is that? And where exactly is Cell Block 99? And just like, things just constantly get worse and worse for his character. And you're just like, how are things going to get worse than this? What's going to happen next? And just like, it's also like a very, very slow burn movie. Like, it's just like, you're really anticipating where the hell it's going next. And just like, once it gets there, you're just like, ah. And then it goes to the next place and you're like, ah. And then it goes to the next place and you're like, okay. But like, it's so good. And then like, in the beginning, it's really not that brutal, but like by the end, once the brawl stuff starts happening, it's like, holy shit. But I had to look away from the screen. It was just too much. And like, apparently they kind of stylized some of the stuff after like exploitation movies from the 70s. So it's a little over the top and maybe a kind of cartoonish, but like it was intense. Man, it's a damn good movie though. If you're in the mood for this type of movie, you're not going to be disappointed. It's a good time. Good as in entertaining and messed up. Not good as in you're going to be happy and smiley the whole time through, because you're not going to smile during this movie. Oh my god. But yeah, it's a good one. Totally forgot. I was going to say, it's also a critique of the American dream and how you can, do everything right, but the system will shit on you. But then if you do, lie and cheat and steal and stuff, then you'll get rewarded. So yeah, but then it's also a critique of the American prison system. There's some really messed up stuff that happens in regards to the American prison system that I feel like is definitely not that far away from what really happens in real life. But yeah, good times. And speaking of good times, the last movie is Good Time. Look at that, starring Robert Pattinson. This is another 2017 movie. People often point to this one as like a great example of Robert Pattinson is actually a great actor. He's been in a bunch of really good stuff, but this is like hey, look at him being real good here, and he is really good in this one. The premise, without getting too specific, is basically Robert Pattinson's the guy who's just kind of down on his luck and making the best of an awful situation and just kind of doing what he feels is right, even though that might not be the best option. Um, and when so most of the movie actually takes place over one night, besides like the very beginning and the very end, which I did like. I like that it was all one night. Kind of made it feel more intense and more kind of added to the pressure of everything. Yeah, really compare this movie to Uncut Gems. And that was my first thought after I was done watching it. But then I actually looked up who made the movie, and it's the same people who made Uncut Gems made this one. And if you liked Uncut Gems, I actually think this is a much better movie. I wasn't huge into Uncut Gems, um, but I would say this one has a much more likable protagonist. Yes, he does make bad decisions, but like he's also smart and he does make good decisions throughout. Uh, and I think it's just paced better. And you're not like you are pretty anxious throughout the movie, but you're nowhere near as anxious as you are while watching Uncut Gems. That movie was just like unbearable in its anxiety. Um, but yeah, it's good. This is also another really liked. It was fun. And ignore the I think that's Japanese. This is the best poster I could find for it. But yeah, I definitely really like this one.